Now, yesterday, the shares of Twilio finished the day trading up over 12%, which resulted in the shares of Twilio, ladies and gents, to finish trading the day at $57.71. Now, Twilio, it's one of the stocks that obviously I have not discussed much on this channel, but it is one of the stocks that I personally own because a single screen on this stock, ladies and gents, I'm up over 5% because my average a single screen on this stock is at $55 per share. Now, some of you might be asking, what does Twilio do? Now, Twilio is a cloud-based communication company that improves customer engagement. This is, of course, its main purpose is to improve, of course, customer engagement. I mean, some of the companies or big companies that uses Twilio includes Airbnb, Uber, Netflix, and other companies or other big companies that uses, of course, this Twilio as one of their service providers. This is something that obviously it leads Twilio to be that stock that each and every quarter they generate, or in each and every quarter they generate or find themselves generating total revenues of $1 billion. Now, you will know that their recent earnings, that is of course the Q1 earnings, Twilio of course managed to beat analysts' expectations on both the revenues they generated and the earnings per share, because as soon as you notice that analysts for the Q1 earnings, they were expecting Twilio to generate total revenues of course 1 billion, which obviously they managed to beat that and reported total revenues of over $1.01 billion, which is something that is incredible. Same with the earnings per share or EPS. As seen on the screen, you'll notice that analysts were expecting an EPS or earnings per share of 21 cents coming from Twilio, which of course Twilio reported a 47 earnings per share or EPS, which is something that obviously just has to show what this company has been doing, or which is something that shows you that this is a company that has been doing well even on their earnings. Now, those of you that have been following or kind of like following this stock, you will notice that after the earnings, we saw the shares of Twilio plummeting from almost $60 per stock to down to $46 per stock. But before we dig deep into that, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now, I really appreciate if you can just hit the like button if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about a stock that is the very first time, or rather is the second time, because I spoke about it a bit yesterday on my Neo stock video. So I would really appreciate if you can just hit the like button, as it also helps with YouTube's algorithm. So Twilio, yes, it is one of the stocks that obviously I have in my portfolio, and as I said in the beginning of this video, I am up over 5% because my average on this stock is of course $55, and this stock yesterday closed at $57.71, making me to sit at of course the over 5% I'm currently sitting at, which equates to over $70 of returns. So Twilio, yes, one of the things that, ladies and gents, it is making or makes me to obviously consider investing into this stock. It's obviously the kind of business that they do. They help, or their purpose is to improve communication, or helps their clients improve communication in their platform, which is why we are seeing companies like Airbnb and HubSpot using this kind of services, which these are some of the companies that are of course adding to the 1 billion that we see of course on a quarter to quarter that Twilio reports every time they report their earnings recently. So yes, this is one of the things that makes me of course to like Twilio, because this cloud communication company, ladies and gents, helps improve customer engagements to those clients that of course opt to obviously use their services. So I'm really excited about this stock because, ladies and gents, if we are to go and check at Wall Street, this is a company that has got a moderate buy, or it has got moderate buy under its name, and of course a price average target of 68 or over $68. Now, one of the things that really excited me last week, it was when I saw Kathy Woods of ARG buying shares of Twilio last week. I mean, I seen those screen notice that Kathy bought a couple of Twilio shares last week, which is something that of course made me to be excited because it sort of like validated my purchases on Twilio. This is something that obviously made me to be really excited when I saw of course ARK or Kathy of ARK purchasing this stock, which is something that obviously must just tell you that it is a company that is of course expected to do very well, or it is a company that's doing well, which is why we're seeing of course big institutions like ARK of course participating into buying shares of Twilio. So yes, Twilio is one of the stocks that I own, and I'm very excited owning this stock because I believe in its fundamentals, future prospects. And though we saw their share price plummeting from almost $60 to $46 due to the fact, or after reporting their Q1 earnings, due to the fact that their Q2 guidance was slimmer, or they are expecting to report total revenues of below 1 billion, which will be lower than the total revenues they generated or reported for Q1. It is something that obviously resulted in the share price of Twilio to plummet to $46 per stock. But otherwise, nonetheless, I remain bullish, positive, and I was still expecting to obviously increase my holdings after I received maybe my paycheck for this month. So yeah, I guess, yeah, now maybe probably I might not add this ever since, or especially that obviously now the share price of Twilio is trading above my average. I just want to just see how it unfolds, but should it go back or drops below my average, then I'm loading the boat. That is for sure after I receive my paycheck, because this is one of the stocks that I believe that I just said for greatness. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought to just give you this quick update about Twilio. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the likes button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. So it is always good that before you add any stock to your portfolio, you do your own due diligence so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing on that particular stock, because especially with the US stock market, it is facing probably risks of maybe the entire stock market crashing again due to the debt ceiling, which of course it is getting much hotter. So most US stocks, or the US stock market, faces of course a possibility of crashing, which is something that obviously you must be aware of. That though we are seeing these good gains in some of the stocks, or in most of the stocks, it does not mean that the US is out of the spider web of the debt ceiling yet. It is a process that is still ongoing, and we might get to see it can either make or break probably the stock market based on the outcomes that obviously of course gets concluded. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.